we begin with a familiar stillness. A quiet presence enters your life, perhaps unexpectedly. A creature of elegant mystery, whose gaze seems to hold an unspoken understanding. It chooses a place in your home, and in doing so, it seems to choose a place in you. And you may ask a simple question, why me? But this question, I believe, is a doorway to a much deeper inquiry. What if this was not an accident? Not a search for mere food or shelter, but a soul recognizing another soul? What if this meeting was an ancient appointment, one you had long forgotten? I invite you now to quiet the mind, to soften the gaze, and to walk with me into this gentle mystery. Let us explore the profound meaning behind the moment a cat chooses you. If this exploration resonates within your spirit, I invite you to join our journey. Your simple act of liking this reflection and subscribing to our channel is like placing a small stone on the path, letting us know we walk together. Our travels will continue, and this ensures our paths may cross again. In my lineage, we are taught to see this creature not as a mere animal, but as a guardian of thresholds. It is said its awareness exists in two worlds at once, the world of form that we see, and the world of energy that we feel. It lives in the space between breaths, attuned to currents and frequencies that flow beneath the surface of our waking reality. This unique sight allows it to perceive the subtle energy that radiates from every living being, the very light of our soul. And it is this light it is drawn to, recognizing a field compatible with its own, or sensing a spirit that is calling out for the precise harmony it carries. This is a truth that whispers through time. In ancient lands, these beings were revered, seen as protectors of the sacred, with a paw in this life and a paw in the world beyond. They were honored in temples and homes, understood not as pets, but as spiritual companions. Other traditions spoke of them as guardians against unseen forces, a quiet shield against discord. They were known as keepers of secrets between the worlds, their wisdom woven into tales of magic and transformation. The form may change, the stories may differ, but the essence remains. Humanity has always sensed that this creature carries a deep and profound purpose. A deeper layer of this understanding speaks of memory, a memory not held in the mind, but in the soul. My tradition teaches that the animal spirit, especially one of such refined sensitivity, holds a conscious connection to its journey across lifetimes. When it is drawn to a specific person, it is often a recognition, a spark of familiarity from another time, another life, a promise fulfilled. So when one of these beings appears, unbidden, at your door and gently insists on staying, I invite you to consider that it is answering a call from the deepest part of you. It has recognized something in your spirit, a need for healing, a hunger for protection, or a soul on the verge of a great awakening. This recognition flows not through the five senses, but through what we might call the great consciousness, that infinite river of knowing that connects all beings. The arrival often aligns with a great shift in a person's life, a time of deep sorrow, a crossroads of decision, the beginning of an inner journey. This timing is not a coincidence. It is a reflection of the creature's perfect attunement to the subtle changes in your energy that signal a readiness for its profound influence. In one ancient story from my tradition, a woman who had lost her great love was visited by a quiet, stray cat. Our teachings revealed that the creature was not drawn to the house, but to the empty space left in her heart, offering its own steady presence to help the energy of her spirit find balance once more. This silent work of healing happens countless times, all across the world. They appear precisely when we most need the unique song they carry. My lineage has always recognized these beings as weavers of frequency, natural healers with an innate sense to find imbalance in the human spirit. This is a healing that works not on one level, but on all: the body, the heart, and the spirit. First, there is the physical. Listen to the sound that rumbles from deep within its body when it is near you. This is not just a sound. It is a vibration, a frequency. It is the deep, restorative song of the earth itself, vibrating in a rhythm that our own bodies instinctively remember. It is a frequency known to ancient wisdom to mend the very fabric of our being, to knit together bone and muscle, to calm the seas of inflammation. Decades after this wisdom was first spoken, modern tools of science began to confirm this ancient knowing, finding that these same vibrations do, in fact, accelerate healing. This sacred rumble, we are taught, harmonizes the discordant notes within our own energy. It particularly soothes the river of our nervous system and the glands that are the gatekeepers of our inner chemistry. Observe how they choose, with perfect intuition, to rest upon the parts of our bodies where energy is blocked or in pain. They are lending their song, their vibration, to help our own life force flow freely once more. This is why they often sleep on our chests, near our hearts, or on a part of the body that carries an ache or an illness. This medicine extends beyond the physical. The rhythmic pattern of this vibration can gently guide our own brainwaves into a state of coherence, dissolving the clouds of anxiety and bringing forth a quiet clarity. It can lower the pressure of our blood and the storms of our stress, and in their place, awaken the body's own healing energies. Beyond this audible song, they are masters of a silent, invisible energy. The tradition says that the simple act of stroking their fur creates a subtle electrical exchange, one that helps clear the static from our own energy field. This gentle touch helps dissolve blockages and restore the flow of life force through the hidden pathways of our body. Their uncanny ability to sense what is hidden within us is well documented. Consider Oscar, a creature who became known for his profound empathy in a place of final rest, always knowing who was preparing to transition and offering his silent, comforting presence in their final hours. The staff there learned to trust his quiet wisdom. So many stories echo this truth. A cat that persistently touches a specific place on their human's body, a touch which later leads to the discovery of an unseen illness. From the perspective of ancient wisdom, the creature is not detecting the physical ailment. It is sensing the disharmony in the field of energy that surrounds the ailment long before it has a name. They are not merely showing affection. They are performing their sacred work, healing us on levels we are only now beginning to remember how to see. Our tradition speaks of a subtle body of light, an etheric template of vital energy that surrounds and infuses our physical form. Disruptions in this field often appear long before an illness takes root in the body. And it is here, in this luminous web, that the cat perceives the first signs of imbalance. The entity, it is taught, senses where the flow of life is weakened. It instinctively moves to that very spot, to lend its strength, to reinforce the flow of vitality. This explains why they will change their favorite sleeping place as our own health ebbs and flows. They are simply following the river of energy, moving to where their support is most needed. For those walking a long path with chronic conditions, this healing presence is a constant, gentle current, gradually restoring proper energetic patterns, even when they are simply sharing the same room. The cat acts as a filter, absorbing and transforming energies that are not in harmony, helping us to release what no longer serves us. Beyond the physical body, these beings are profound guardians of the emotional heart. They are especially drawn to souls weathering the storms of grief, depression, or deep emotional wounds. It is said they can recognize the energetic signature of a broken heart and feel an instinctual pull to offer their unique form of quiet companionship. Our lineage teaches that a cat is drawn to an emotional wound like a moth to a flame, not to feed on it, but to mend the tear in the soul's fabric. This emotional body, the field of energy that holds the echoes of our every feeling, can become frayed or drained by trauma or long periods of sadness. These wounds, if left untended, can create vacuums that slowly deplete our vital life force. In an old teaching, a spiritual guide spoke to a grieving widow. He explained that the stray cat who had appeared at her door was no accident, but a spiritual response to the energy of her sorrow. The animal, he said, was drawn to the vacancy left in her spirit and was there to bring an energy of balance, to help seal the wound and prevent the loss of further light. This offers us a deep insight into why these creatures so often appear during our greatest losses. The disruption in our energy acts like a beacon, and those cats who carry the complementary frequency are drawn to it. Different cats carry different energies, which is why a specific cat is often drawn to a specific person and a specific kind of sorrow. Modern understanding speaks of lowered stress hormones and increased hormones of connection when we interact with animals. Studies have found that living with a cat can significantly lower the risk of a storm in the heart, attributing this to the calming effect of their companionship. This aligns with the ancient wisdom, but the teaching goes deeper. It is not just about distraction or affection. They are energetic alchemists. They help us to process and transmute our most difficult emotions. The deep rumble of their purr can help to gently break apart condensed fields of heavy emotion, allowing them to be released from the body before they can solidify into physical pain. This process of emotional healing happens through a deep resonance, what we might call vibrational entrainment. The steady, balanced energy of the cat's field creates a calming influence that allows our own more chaotic emotions to slowly synchronize with its peaceful rhythm. This is why the simple act of stroking a cat can bring almost immediate relief. It is not just a physical sensation, it is an energetic alignment. They seem to know, with a silent, intuitive wisdom, the precise moment we need their comfort. They feel the subtle shift in our energy field that precedes an emotional wave, and so they often appear to offer solace before we even consciously know we need it. This anticipatory care explains why so many report their cat becomes particularly attentive right before they receive difficult news. The cat is not psychic in the way a mind might be. It is sensing the energetic precursor already rippling through the field. For those who walk with the shadows of depression or anxiety, a cat can serve as a constant energetic anchor. Its steady presence offers a stabilizing influence on erratic emotions, much like a steady rhythm helps a musician keep their tempo. For those who have known trauma, especially where trust has been broken, this being offers a healing that makes no demands. It simply offers a silent, unconditional presence, a safe harbor where the heart can finally begin to mend at its own pace. My tradition has always seen these creatures as messengers, walkers between the worlds. Their consciousness, it is said, exists in both the physical and the spiritual realms simultaneously, allowing them to perceive realities that remain invisible to most human eyes. This dual awareness allows them to act as living conduits, bridges for spiritual guidance. The cat, our teachings say, is aware of both worlds at all times. While a human might access these deeper realms only in sleep or deep contemplation, for the cat, it is their natural state. This allows them to monitor the unseen, to bring our attention to energies or influences that may be affecting us on our path. This role of messenger appears in many forms. When you see your cat staring intently into what seems to be an empty space, or reacting to a movement no one else can see, I invite you to pause. Instead of dismissing it, consider that they are perceiving a spiritual presence or an energetic pattern. A sudden alertness to nothing is often a response to the arrival of a guide, an unseen helper whose presence is meant to assist you. Paying attention to when and where these reactions happen can offer you a clue to the invisible help that is unfolding around you. Beyond mere alertness, these beings can sometimes act as vessels through which spiritual guidance can be made more tangible. The cat's physical body and energy field can act as a kind of transformer, stepping down the very high frequencies of spiritual guidance into a form that we can more easily sense or feel. This is why the unexpected arrival of a cat often heralds a period of great life changes. A new clarity emerges, old obstacles seem to fall away, new paths appear. This is not a coincidence. It is the result of subtle energetic shifts in your own being, shifts that are catalyzed and supported by the cat's presence and the spiritual guidance it helps to ground. In one story, a woman was struggling at a great crossroads in her life. A stray cat came and made a home with her. Soon after, she began to have vivid, powerful dreams that offered her undeniable clarity. The wisdom was that the cat was serving as a bridge for this guidance, which had been trying to reach her, but could not penetrate the field of her stress. The timing of their arrival is almost never random. They come when the veil in our own life is thin, during times of transition, when our soul is most open to the profound catalyst they offer. Their mysterious behaviors are a language. When they stare at nothing or follow unseen movements, they are sometimes tracking our own thought, forms, or the energy of our emotions, making the invisible visible through their reactions. Our tradition also speaks of etheric gateways, places in our homes where the veil between the worlds is naturally thin. Cats are instinctively drawn to these places. You may find them sleeping in a particular corner, not for comfort, but because they are the quiet guardians of that intersection, monitoring and balancing the flow of energy. They may also choose a person who is beginning to awaken to their own deeper sensitivities, but is not yet fully aware of it. The cat's presence helps to ground this expanding awareness, to provide a stable foundation as one's perception of reality begins to deepen and expand. This support extends even into our dream state. It is said that their stabilizing energy, when they sleep near us, allows for clear access to the soul's own wisdom during our nightly journeys, leading to more vivid and meaningful dreams. But perhaps the most profound teaching of all is that of the soul's promise. What if this connection was not a matter of chance or energy or even service, but an agreement, a sacred contract made between your soul and the soul of this animal, long before either of you took on physical form? Before walking into this life, our teachings say souls make promises to find one another, agreements to be catalysts, companions, teachers, and healers for each other at just the right time. These ancient agreements create an energetic signature, a kind of resonance that allows the souls to recognize each other when they finally meet in the world of form. Even if our conscious minds do not remember, the soul does. This explains that instant bond, that feeling of inexplicable recognition when the right cat enters your life, even for someone who never thought of themselves as a cat person. It is a memory awakening in the heart. In one ancient account, a man who had never cared for cats found himself inexplicably drawn to a particular stray. The soul promise between them, the wisdom revealed, was made 3 lifetimes before, when that same animal soul, in another form, guided the man, then a child, back from the wilderness. The current connection was an appointment to reawaken a spiritual awareness in the man and to offer the animal a deep experience of trust and safety. These agreements often have a specific purpose that unfolds slowly over time. The full meaning of why a cat chose you may only become clear years later, as you look back and see the beautiful, intricate pattern that their presence helped to weave in your life. This connection can span lifetimes, with souls reuniting again and again. This is the source of that immediate familiarity, that deep knowing that this particular being belongs with you. The souls know one another, even when our personalities do not. Sometimes they incarnate with a specific mission to help a human resolve unfinished business from a shared past. The animal's energy can act as a key, unlocking old memories or karmic patterns that are ready to be healed and integrated. Some have reported that after being chosen by a cat, they begin to access insights or release emotional patterns that were previously locked away. In the deepest acts of love, our teachings say, these soul contracts can even involve the cat agreeing to take on a piece of our energetic or karmic burden, processing certain patterns on our behalf that would be too much for us to face alone. This sacred sacrifice can sometimes explain why a beloved cat may develop an illness that mirrors their human's own deep spiritual struggles. They are literally transmuting the energy through their own bodies out of pure love. This recognition between souls is instant. It is a feeling beyond reason, a deep resonance of the heart that simply says, "Ah, there you are. I have been waiting for you." So, when a cat chooses you, when it gazes at you with that quiet knowing, it is doing more than finding a home. It is delivering a message to you. a message from the deepest part of your own being. I invite you now to share in the space below. What story, what quiet lesson has the guardian in your life brought to you? Let your light illuminate the path for others who are also on this journey. If these words have found a home in your heart, I invite you to pass them along to another soul who might need to hear them. Our exploration of these deep mysteries will continue, and if you wish to walk this path with us, please join our community and we shall travel together. May you find stillness in its presence. May you find clarity in its gaze. And may you, through this simple being, find a pathway back to the quiet, loving center of your own heart. Walk in peace.